going to be speaking about my most asked question is, Zoe, how did you get to Dubai? How did you get to the UAE? What were the procedures, etc. So today I'm going to be speaking about the UAE, about agencies, about my first experience, about my current experience right now, about networking and referrals, and also about disclaimers and laws of the UAE. These are all the main topics that you need to know before moving here. The United Arab Emirates is a country. Dubai is not a country. It's a city within the United Arab Emirates. So I am living in Abu Dhabi, not in Dubai. I'm in Dubai often, but I do not live in Dubai. I live in Abu Dhabi, and it's just an hour drive out. So majority of the Emirates, it's like an hour, 2 hours drive out. So if you see my content and you see I'm in Dubai, it's just simply because I'm visiting people, I'm visiting friends. Let's speak about agencies. The agency I went through was Sidris Labiani, but you can also try agency like 360 agency, which is a Middle East agency. I do not really recommend them because they're not as reliable. They don't really respond. I think they have selective responses. You can also try LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I promise you, people think LinkedIn is it's not helpful. It is helpful. Build your network, follow hotels, follow people. If you want to become a flight attendant, follow a lot of flight attendants, DM them, etc. You don't have to just go through an agency to get to the UAE. You can try Emirates, you can try Etihad, you can try Qatar Airways, you can try Air Arabia, right? And besides wanting to be a flight attendant or wanting to work in hospitality, you can apply to companies independently. Send your CV. For instance, the Hilton Hotel, they have a Hilton careers group. Put all your information in, apply. Don't just rely on agencies. You can rely on yourself as well. You can do it independently as well. An agency is not necessary. Let's speak about my first experience. Okay, I went through Sidris Labiani, which is a South African agency, and majority of the South Africans in United Arab Emirates, which is mainly Dubai and Abu Dhabi, or other parts of the Middle East like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, etc., they genuinely are coming through the agency Sidris Labiani, right? And I didn't have an online interview. I had a in-person interview with directors, with outlet managers, etc. So they came for a recruitment drive. So majority of the time, Sidris Labiani has recruitment drives, and that's when a lot of people are invited and a lot of people go through this process of interviews and they make a selection from there, right? Sidris Labiani also uses a WhatsApp where they post a lot of statuses, and if you're interested in a certain job opportunity, you interested in a certain category, etc., you message them, you say, I'm interested in this job. Then they'll say, okay, send us an email, send us your CV, send us a full-length picture of you in smart casual, like your everyday life, you know what I mean? Basically, that's how they operate, that's how they work. Now, you do not pay agency fees. I know this is what a lot of people want to know. You don't pay agency fees, you don't pay for your visa, and you don't pay for your flight. And majority of the time, you do not pay for your accommodation. I will go into that in detail in the next topic. Unfortunately, I only stayed at Four Seasons for 3 months. I was not enjoying it. I decided to leave. My mental health was more important. If you want to know more information on that, before moving to the UAE, by all means, you can message me. I will be speaking on it in the disclaimer section as well, but I'm not going to go into detail about the company itself. I don't want to put that online. So things to ask for in your interview. What am I going to get paid? Don't just give me my contract. What is the expectancy? What is my salary expectancy? Do not settle for anything less than 3K. You are not going to survive here. Aim for 3K and above, because 3K at least you're still going to get your service charges throughout the month, what was the revenue and the income of the hotel in that month. You're going to get a percentage of that. You're also going to get your tips in the middle of the month and at the end of the month, right? So 3K is still okay, right? Your company does not provide you with accommodation and you have a live out accommodation, like you need to pay for your own accommodation, because some of the companies, they do that. They'll pay for your visa, they'll pay for your flights, but they're not going to pay for your accommodation. They'll give you a live out allowance, which is sometimes only 1,000 dirham, right? And your accommodation is like 3,000, 4,000, depending if you're in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi rent is way cheaper than Dubai rent. Unfortunately, it is like that. You need to ask about that, right? Also ask the company, is it a single accommodation? If so, okay. But if it's a sharing accommodation, how big is the accommodation? Because you don't want to live on top of someone. Where are you going to put your clothes? You're not going to have your own life, basically. Okay? Another question you need to ask them is, am I getting meals at work and am I getting meals at my accommodation? If only at work, is my kitchen fully equipped? Do I have pots? Do I have pans? Do I have everything? Because you don't want to buy those things if they're supposed to be providing you accommodation, right? You need to ask these questions. Don't be scared to ask questions. Questions to expect. So they're going to be asking you questions, right? They're going to ask you, tell me more about yourself. Why do you want to move to the UAE? How did you find out about this hotel? What do you know about this hotel? Which outlet is your favorite outlet? They will be asking, you need to be ready for any types of sorts of questions. And the most important thing is to go there with confidence. They love people with confidence. They love people, they love when someone is sure about themselves. So yeah, you just have to go there with confidence, be prepared, find out information about these hotels. So say for instance, it is Four Seasons, right? Do information about Four Seasons. Reach out to people, right, who has worked for this company. Go onto the Instagram, go onto everything. With Emirates, with Etihad, with Qatar, if you want to be a flight attendant, right? DM people. Ask them, how does your CV look? Ask them all of these things. Be mindful of the people that's trying to make money from you, because some of them will say, okay, you need to pay me a small fee, okay? There are other people who really genuinely do want to help you. Try to find those people. A lot of Emirates, Etihad, Qatar, all of these people on Instagram and TikTok, they are posting useful information. So find these people. Now let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about networking. You can network within your hotel, with your guests, with people that you meet, with like going out to restaurants and stuff. You can network, speak to people. Like, no one knows you here. You can make a fool out of yourself. Like, embarrassment is out of the picture. I genuinely don't care anymore, to be honest with you. I'm just like, yeah, let's away from the, like, do that. So for me, I networked at Four Seasons. I met a few guests. I have a few guest numbers. Be careful with that, because sometimes your hotels and stuff is going to say, no, you cannot take numbers from guests and all of these things. So be very careful with that. But besides the guests that I got to like know and really interact with, I met a few people and made friends with people at Four Seasons itself. So when I left back home to South Africa, I still had friends in the UAE, right? So that's where referrals come in. I work in private hospitality. In private hospitality, majority of the time, it's referrals. So my friend got the job through a referral, and then I got the job through her referral that she gave to the company. You can apply for private hospitality jobs on LinkedIn. You just need to find the right people, because majority of the time the well-known agencies are not really going to advertise the private sector. They don't really do that. So it's on referrals, it's on LinkedIn. Find those type of things if you do want to work in the private sector. The private sector, you do get paid a little bit more than the hotels, which is great, and you get great benefits. So try to look out for these type of opportunities. Let's speak about disclaimers, okay? In every company, you're going to struggle with things. Like at Four Seasons, I struggled with a few things. I left. I knew that it was my time to leave, etc. When you move to the UAE, you need to be strong. You need to have your foot down. You need to be strong. And if you're not strong, you're going to become strong here. That's one thing for sure. Let's speak about, in South Africa, people will whistle at you. Like, all of those things. And you'll be like, And then they'll just be like, okay, sorry, miss, or like they'll walk away from you, like whatever, okay, fine, right? Yeah, people stare at you. They don't whistle at you, they don't catcall you, they stare at you. And even if you look back at them like what you're looking at, they continue staring at you. The good part about that is they cannot touch you. They will get deported, they will get arrested, they will have a hard time. They cannot touch you. It's uncomfortable, but you need to be strong enough to be like they're uneducated, like no, you know. That's one thing. Another thing is body image. You need to be sure about yourself. You need to be positive. You need to love yourself enough to not be offended, because a lot of people are not educated, and their genetics in their country, a lot of them are skinny, a lot of them are like, you know, like, but South Africans, all of us ladies, we are not skinny unless you have that genetics. And being thick, being beautiful, curvy, that's okay. You are beautiful. You are made in God's image. These men, and these females here, they don't understand that. The culture here, there's so many nationalities here, so the culture here is like, I need to be super skinny, I need to be on Ozempic, I need to do this, I need to do that, da, da, da. Listen, you do not need Ozempic. You have the genetics, you go to the gym, you tone up, that's okay. Even if you're not toned up, like, it's okay, okay? So you really need to be strong about your body image here, because a lot of people have a lot of things to say, but that's also where their insecurities come from, because they like question like, how do you get your body, how are you like that, you know? Another thing is race. You work with a lot of nationalities that are not educated on different other nationalities, especially on South Africans. South Africans come in with the Rainbow Nation, black, white, colored, you name it. We are a rainbow nation. We are beautiful. I honestly love my country because of that. It's beautiful to see. You go there, you see this every single day. Yeah, even though they work with a lot of nationalities, they don't have the education. So because you fair skin like me, they automatically think that you're from Russia or from, like, I don't know. The one guy asked me if I'm from Kazakhstan. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, you know. So be like, you need to be strong in general. They'll ask you where you're from. You say South Africa. They say, oh, but you're not black. So especially if you're colored, or like, they will say, but you're not black. You just have to be like, either educate them or just be tolerant and be like, listen here, no, that's not the case. Speak about the laws of the UAE, right? There's always a lot of these rumors, yeah, women have to be fully covered from head to toe. That's not the case. You can dress normally. You can wear a short sleeve top, and I don't mean like booty shorts, but I mean if in the summer you want to wear shorts, like you can wear your shorts. You can wear these things. It's not like what people portray them to be. There is a nightlife here. I'm not really interested in the nightlife, but I'm just trying to explain to you guys that like, you can be normal here, right? The only time you need to cover up is when you're really going to like a private sector and you go to the hospital. You need to be fully covered. When you go get your ID, you need to be fully covered. Not fully covered, but like long sleeve. You can go without a scarf. You can, you know, just at least cover up your arms and your shoulders when you go to these private environments, you know. And that's about it. Oh, you cannot jaywalk. There's a lot of fines here regarding, if you do have your driver's license and you want to convert, it's a very easy process, but it's very easy to get a fine here because both hands can be on steering wheel. You need to drive the speed limits, all of these things. Only like when you're walking, you can only cross the road if it says green, and also here it is pedestrians first, so you walk on, they have to stop for you. So there's a lot of things. You can do research on it. Don't just rely on Instagram and TikTok, because some people really talk a lot of smack on them. But yeah, like that's it. That's basically, I covered UAE. I covered my first experience, my second experience, networking, referrals. I covered agencies. That is generally it. And then when you come here, you get to love. You get to love life. You get to be independent. You get to just, you know, find yourself, find what you like, your dislikes, etc. Because there's more to life than just SA. There's more to life than, you know, Kraaifontein or wherever you're from in South Africa. So yes, I hope this video helped you. I really wish I had this, like, you know, before I moved to the UAE. Maybe my first experience would have been a bit better, but there's always reason behind it. Look where I am right now. I'm enjoying every moment of it. You know, in every season you need to be joyful. God is good all the time, so the opportunities that he gives us, it's absolutely amazing. The doors he opens, no man can shut. So yeah, I really hope that this video helps you, and I hope